uh, being able to share a few words and to introduce someone that was truly beloved, not just by her family, but truly made an impact for her countrymen and for the Philippines. May Villarica was a Filipino entertainer and humanitarian, often referred to as the Bob Hope of the Philippines, due to her long-running commitment to entertaining soldiers in active combat zones. Between the 1970s and 1980s, Villarica led her Stars in the Battlefield missions, which brought entertainment and moral boosting performances to the most remote and high-risk military outposts in the Philippines. She was known for visiting dangerous frontline areas, particularly in Mindanao, where she performed for the armed forces of the Philippines to maintain troop morale. Her work was highly valued by top military leadership, including General Romeo Espino, supported her initiatives during his tenure as AFP Chief of Staff. Major General Fortunato Abat personally oversaw ground operations in Mindanao, where many of her most dangerous performances took place. General Fidel V. Ramos, a strong advocate for her civil military operations, gave her, for her services, official recognition. She was awarded the Philippine Legion of Honor, a decoration typically reserved for military personnel or civilians who have performed outstanding service to the nation. The moniker Bob Hope of the Philippines specifically highlights the parallel between her work and Bob Hope's famous USO tours. Like Hope, Villarica used her status as an entertainer to provide the gift of laughter and a sense of home to service members stationed an ocean away from their families or in the middle of active conflicts. She has been a true inspiration as a woman, as an entertainer. She has been a beloved grandmother, wife, mother, and contributor to this community and a friend. And again, it is my deep honor to be introducing her to everyone and to this august body. We'd like to of course, express our condolences to her family, and may they always remember that she will be loved, she will be missed, and the impact that she has made to the Philippines, not just the armed forces, but the country as a whole, will always be remembered. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much to our distinguished colleague, Senator Camille Villar. Moving forward, Mr. President, with the agenda, I move that we, once again, our deepest condolences to the Villarica family, Mr. President, once again. Mr. President, I move that we transfer from the calendar of ordinary business to special order Senate Bill number 1917 under Committee Report number 38.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senate Bill 1917 is hereby transferred.
Mr. President, I move that we take up Senate Bill number 1917 under Committee Report number 38.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senate Bill 1917 under Committee Report 38. Consideration is in order.
May we ask the Secretary to read the title?
Secretary will read the title of the measure.
An act providing for protection to remittances of overseas Filipino workers.
Mr. President, may we recognize our distinguished colleague, Senator Joel Villanueva, to sponsor the measure.
Senator Joel Villanueva is recognized to sponsor the measure.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, our distinguished majority leader. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is my honor and privilege to sponsor Senate Bill number 1917 under Committee Report number 38, a measure that speaks not only to economic policy, but to the very soul of our nation, the dignity of labor, the strength of family, and the debt of gratitude we owe to our modern-day heroes, our overseas Filipino workers. We'd like to thank at the outset our colleagues and fellow authors of this measure, Senators Camille Villar, Jinggoy Estrada, and Rafi Tulfo, for championing with us the rights and welfare of our OFWs. Ginoong Pangulo, overseas Filipino workers are the lifeblood of countless Filipino households. They are mothers who say goodnight to their children across time zones. They are fathers who miss birthdays and anniversaries so their families will never go without. They are sons and daughters who work tirelessly abroad so that their families here at home may have food on the table and a hope for a better life. They endure separation, uncertainty, and at times, even serious safety risk and political instability, such as the conflict currently unfolding in the Middle East, all so their families can have a life of dignity. In fact, Mr. President, 2 araw lang po ang nakararaan, ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas confirmed the very first Filipino casualty in the ongoing conflict. Ang pangalan po niya ay Mary Jane Velasquez de Vera, a 32-year-old caregiver from Pangasinan. Iniligtas po niya yung kanyang employer, inuna niyang alagaan ang kanyang mga kasama bago ang sarili. Mr. President, she was not a soldier. She was not a combatant. She was a daughter, a wife, a breadwinner. Like millions of our kababayans, she left home not for war, but for work, for greener pasture, to care for others, so she could care for her own family. Ginoong Pangulo, ang ating mga OFW ay hindi lamang po nagpapadala ng dolyar, dirham o euro. Nagpapadala po sila ng pag-asa. Nagpapadala po sila ng kinabukasan. At sa bawat remittance na ipinapadala, may kasamang puyat, may kasamang lungkot, at pangungulila, lahat alang-alang sa pamilyang naiwan dito sa Pilipinas. In 2025, personal remittances from OFWs reached an all-time high of $35.63 billion, a 3.3% increase from the previous year, according to the latest data from Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. These remittances accounted for roughly 7.3% of our gross domestic product and 6.4% of our gross national income last year. But these figures are not just numbers. Mr. President, they are money earned from blood, sweat, and tears. They are tuition fees, medicines, rent, and daily meals. They are the difference between survival and stability for millions of Filipino families. At habang kinikilala po natin sila bilang mga bagong bayani, we must also ask ourselves, ginagawa po ba natin ang lahat upang mapangalagaan ang bunga ng kanilang paghihirap? O hinahayaan na lang po ba nating mabawasan ito ng labis-labis na singil, di malinaw na palitan ng salapi, at mga patakarang hindi patas? Despite their immense contribution, many OFWs remain trapped in an outdated remittance system, one that quietly chips away at their hard-earned income through excessive fees, hidden charges, and unclear foreign exchange practices. These are not abstract concerns, Mr. President. These are real burdens borne by real families who depend on every peso to survive. Ito po ay dagdag sakripisyong hindi na dapat pinapasan pa. Kaya naman po, Ginoong Pangulo, mga kasama ko dito sa Senado, malinaw po ang layunin ng panukalang batas na ito. Ang siguruhin ang bawat pisong pinaghirapan ng ating mga OFW ay makararating ng buo o mas buo sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay. Hindi po makatarungang ang sakripisyong ginagawa sa ibayong dagat ay nababawasan ng sobra-sobrang pagdating sa remittance counter. Hindi po tama na ang pera para sa matrikula, gamot, at pang-araw-araw na gastusin ay kinakain ng hidden fees at unreasonable fees. Sa pamamagitan po ng panukalang batas na ito, inilalatag po natin ang malinaw na mga reforma. Una, itinatakda po ang singil sa remittance services para sa ating mga OFW, konkretong tulong, hindi lamang pangako. Ikalawa, ganap na transparency sa foreign exchange rates. Walang paligoy-ligoy, walang sorpresa. Ikatlo, pagbabawal sa bigla at hindi makatarungang pagtaas ng bayarin dahil ang OFW ay hindi captive market o hindi dapat ituring na captive market. Ikaapat, malinaw na pananagutan at parusa para sa mga lalabag sapagkat kung may abuso, dapat may hustisya. At ikalima, financial literacy programs para sa OFWs sa kanilang pamilya dahil ang tunay na proteksyon ay sapat at tamang kaalaman. In fact, this bill will complement Senate Bill number 1910, which is being pushed by our chairperson, Senator Raffy Tulfo, which seeks to provide free financial education to OFWs. Tinakil po natin ito kahapon, Ginoong Pangulo, at nagbigay din po tayo ng co-sponsorship speech. Mr. President, this measure is grounded in our Constitution's mandate to protect labor rights and promote social justice. It is also consistent with our long-standing advocacy for Filipino workers and firmly rooted in the spirit and intent of Republic Act number 11641, the landmark law that created the Department of Migrant Workers. Mr. President, if you recall, when we sponsored the DMW Act in this August chamber, we made a solemn commitment that the protection of migrant workers shall be the paramount policy of the state. Republic Act number 11641 consolidated government functions precisely to ensure stronger coordination, better safeguards, and a more responsive system for our OFW so that services become more responsive, more efficient, and more compassionate. Protecting the remittances is a natural and necessary extension of that commitment. Our responsibility does not end with the deployment or rescue of our OFWs. It extends to ensuring that the fruits of their labor reach their families with dignity and fairness. Mr. President, let me emphasize, this bill is not anti-business. Hindi po ito laban sa mga industriya. It advances a balanced system, one that allows fair returns for service providers while ensuring strong protection for those whose only capital is their labor, time, and sacrifice. Pero higit pa po rito, Ginoong Pangulo, ang panukalang batas na ito ay para sa hustisya, para sa bawat nurse sa Riyadh, sa bawat caregiver sa London, sa bawat marinong naglalayag sa dagat, at sa bawat pamilya ng mahigit 2 milyong OFW sa buong mundo. By passing this proposed measure, we affirm that government stands with our migrant workers, not only in words, but in action, that we protect their rights, the value of their labor, and the future of their families. Dahil ang bawat OFW ay hindi lamang manggagawa sa ibang bayan. Sila po ay haligi ng pamilya at sambayan ng Pilipino. Kaya't hinihikayat ko po ang ating mga kagalang-galang na miyembro ng kapulungang ito na suportahan ang Senate Bill number 1917 dahil sa pamamagitan po ng pangangalaga sa mga padalang salapi ng ating mga OFW, pinapangalagaan din po natin ang mismong pundasyon ng ating bayan. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo, at pagpalain po tayong lahat ng ating Panginoong Diyos.
To co-sponsor the measure, Mr. President, I would like to ask you to recognize Senator Raffy Tulfo. Oh, he'll just insert, Mr. President, for the records, his co-sponsorship speech to the records.
So inserted into the records.
May we now recognize Senator Camille A. Villar, Mr. President.
Senator Camille Villar is recognized and Senator Badilla is raising his hand thereafter. Go ahead, Senator Villar.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, and to our fellow Filipinos here and abroad, I rise today to co-sponsor a measure that seeks to protect something very important, even sacred to millions of Filipino families, the hard-earned remittances of our overseas Filipinos. We often call our overseas Filipinos modern-day heroes, but beyond that title are real mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters who wake up each morning in a foreign land with one purpose in their hearts: to give their families a better life. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas recently reported that remittances have reached $35.63 billion in 2025 and nearly $39.62 billion, including personal transfers. These numbers are historic and very significant now that our country as a whole faces a lot of economic challenges. But you know, to many Filipino families, they are not just economic milestones. Behind every dollar is a missed birthday. Behind every remittance is a sacrifice. Behind every transfer is a quiet prayer whispered in a small room far from home. It is the mother who chooses overtime instead of coming home for Christmas. It is the father who works through exhaustion so his child can stay in school. It is the sibling who puts dreams on hold so that another may pursue theirs. These remittances are not merely financial transactions. They are acts of love. They are promises. They are lifelines. For years, my family has walked alongside our beloved overseas Filipinos. I remember the stories shared by my parents, how nearly 5 decades ago, my father built his first home for an OFW who had worked tirelessly abroad, dreaming of a simple house to return to. That story has always stayed with me. It was never just about building a house. It was about giving a family something to come home to. Security, stability, and hope. That is why this measure matters. Because when remittances are reduced by excessive fees, inefficiencies, or unfair practices, it is not just about money that is lost. It is tuition that goes unpaid. It is medicine that cannot be bought, and it is a dream delayed. Our OFWs strengthen our economy, and we need this, especially now. But more importantly, they strengthen our families. And when we protect the remittances, we protect Filipino homes. This bill is rooted in a simple belief that I carry deeply. When we protect the family, we protect the nation. Let this measure send a clear message that the government will stand guard over the sacrifices of our kababayans abroad, that their hard work will not be diminished, that their love expressed in every remittance will be respected. Sa lahat po ng ating mga kababayan na nasa Middle East, sa Europe, Asia, North America at sa iba pang panig ng mundo, hindi po kayo nag-iisa. Nasa panalangin po namin kayo at makakasiguro po kayo na aalagaan namin ang inyong pamilya at sisiguraduhin namin na lahat ng magagawa namin para proteksyonan kayo dyan ay gagawin po namin. We see your courage and honor your sacrifice, and we will work tirelessly to ensure that every peso you send home reaches the hands of the family you are working so hard for. Mr. President and colleagues, sana po ipasa natin ang Senate Bill 1917 not just as legislators, but as sons and daughters, as parents, and as fellow Filipinos who understand what it means to sacrifice for family. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang ating mga OFWs.
Thank you very much,
Robin
Mr.
Padilla.
President. Next to co-sponsor the measure is Senator J.V. Ejercito, and after that, Senator Mark Villar. So we
Senator
recognize
Robin
Senator.
Padilla was asking the floor.
Oh.
It's all right. So the majority leader, Senator J.B. Ejercito is recognized.
Maybe we can recognize Senator Padilla after Senator J.V. Mr. President.
All
My
right.
apologies.
Senator Ejercito.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, colleagues in this august chamber. It is with sincere privilege to express my support and co-sponsor Senate Bill number 1917 under Committee Report number 38, or the Overseas Filipino Workers Remittance Protection Act. So sa pang-remittances, nangunguna sa hanay ng ekonomiya ang ating OFWs. Ang kanilang mga pinadadalang buwanang budget, tuition fees, allowances at emergency funds. Sa bawat patak ng piso at sentimo, hindi lamang nila tinatutustusan ang kanilang mga pamilya na itataguyod din nila ang ating bansa. Mr. President, with the increasing inflows from land-based workers, OFW remittances expanded to 4.2% year-on-year to $3.52 billion last December. Itong nakarang 2025 man po, the full-year cash remittances totaled to $35.63 billion, contributing 7.3% of our gross domestic product and 6.4% of our gross national income. In comparison to the full-year figure in 2024, the total cash remittances reflect a 3.3% increase from 34.49 billion in the said year. In this measure, Mr. President, we recognize the value of remittances to our economic momentum, yet most importantly, the provisions of this bill serve as a guide and protection to our OFWs who are extending financial support to their families and loved ones here at home. Mr. President, OFWs are the providers of Filipino households. Kapag kailangan pambili ng ulam, nagbibigay sila ng budget. Kapag papasok na sa eskwela ang mga bata, nagpapadala ng pambaon at pang-tuition. Kapag nakaluwag-luwag at may extra, magpapatayo ng maliit na kabuhayan. They make it possible for Filipino families not just survive but to live, to experience a decent quality of life more than just making ends meet. Before they are heroes of our nation, they are the heroes of Filipino homes first. There were a total of 2.19 million OFWs in 2024, and Filipinos seeking more income opportunities abroad continue to expand. With a growing number of migrant workers and increasing needs in the country, transactions and inflows will continue to stretch, and more of our kababayans will be in need of guidance, financial awareness, and support. As we progress on this bill, we also urge for a fair and reasonable pricing of remittances for all Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas supervised financial institutions and other institutions offering foreign remittance services to our Filipino workers abroad. Furthermore, I also support the measures provision on posting foreign exchange rates and charges within the premises of establishments offering remittance services, as it will keep them well aware of the fluctuations of the Philippine peso equivalent, and most significantly, to check if they are charged with the correct remittance amount. Tunay na malapit po ang aking puso sa ating mga OFWs, Mr. President. I will always be an advocate of our hard-working migrant workers. To sacrifice the warmth of home in pursuit of providing is a bittersweet choice. Kaya naman po, let us make it easier for our kababayans. In honor of the labor of our overseas Filipino workers, I wholeheartedly support the passage of Senate Bill number 1917. I would also like to express my intention to be made co-author of this measure. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, may we
Senator-
recognize our distinguished colleague, Senator Robin Hood Padilla.
Senator Robin Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Mga kagagalang-galang kong mga kasama sa Senado, ako po ay tumatayo para i-co-sponsor ang Senate Bill number 1917, isang panukalang batas na naglalayong bigyan ng mas matibay na proteksyon ang pinapadalang pera ng ating mga overseas Filipino workers o OFW. Ang ating mga bagong bayani, ang mga haligi ng maraming pamilyang Pilipino at ang buhay na dugo ng ating ekonomiya. At higit sa lahat, batid po nating lahat na hindi lamang galing, pagod at pangungulila ang puhunan ng ating mga OFW, kundi ang kanilang buhay, pamilya at kaligayahan. Ito pong Senate Bill number 1917, layunin ng panukalang ito, na tiyakin ang makatarungan at malinaw na exchange rate sa lahat ng remittance ng mga OFWs. Nais ko din pong papurihan ang paghihigpit ng regulasyon sa mga bangko at remittance centers na humahawak sa kanilang pera. Nasa panukala din na magkaroon ng mabilis na mekanismo ng reklamo at remedyo kapag naloko o naabuso ang ating mga OFW o ang kanilang pamilya. Ang Senate Bill number 1917 ay mahalagang bahagi ng mas malawak na proteksyon na ipinangako ng ating konstitusyon. Ito ay pagpapatunay na ang saligang batas ay hindi lang librong nakalagay sa istante. Ito ay buhay, humihinga, at dapat nararamdaman sa kada transaksyon ng isang simpleng nanay na nasa Hong Kong o tatay na nasa Middle East na nagpapadala ng pera pauwi sa Pilipinas. Ginoong Pangulo, mga kasama, sa bawat boto ng suporta sa Senate Bill 1917, ipinapakita natin na ang Senado ay kakampi ng ating mga OFWs. Hindi lang sa salita, kundi sa batas. Nais ko pong pasalamatan ang mga kasamahan natin na lumalaban para ipagtaguyod ang panukalang ito. Unang-una na po ang idol, Joel Testaman Villanueva, Senator. Gayon din po si Senator Camille Villar, si Senator Jinggoy Estrada, at Senator Raffy Tulfo. Kasama din po dyan si Senator J.B. Ejercito, na patuloy nagtutulak ng mga programang pangkabuhayan para sa pamilyang Pilipino at matagal nang kasama sa laban para sa karapatan ng mga ordinaryong manggagawa. Kayo po sa ngalan ng mga pamilyang Pilipino na umaasa sa padala ng pamilyang OFW para sa gamot, pag-aaral, pagkain para sa kanilang pamilya. Buong puso ko pong sinusuportahan ng panukalang ito. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Next to co-sponsor the measure is no other than Senator Mark Villar. Mr. President.
Senator Mark Villar is recognized.
Mr. President, I rise to co-sponsor Senate Bill number 1917 under Committee Report number 38, or the act providing for the protection of the remittances of overseas Filipino workers. Mr. President, more than 10 million of our fellow Filipinos are overseas workers, acting as the backbone of our economy. For a long time now, overseas Filipino workers are globally recognized for their undeniable significance in augmenting workforces abroad. Hindi matatawaran ang sakripisyo ng OFWs upang matugunan ang pangangailangan ng kanilang mga mahal sa buhay. Marami sa kanila ay nagtatrabaho ng matagal at higit pa sa pangkaraniwan at nagtitiis ng homesickness upang makapagpadala sa kanilang mga naiwan dito sa Pilipinas. Mr. President, our modern heroes are also drivers of national development, with the remittances hitting an all-time high of $35.63 billion in remittances for the entire year. The remittances accounted for about 7.3% of the country's gross domestic product in 2025, signifying the substantial role of OFWs in the national economy. Considering this essential economic contribution of OFWs, it is imperative that we guarantee the protection of their hard-earned money, which in turn ensures their financial security. Thus, this representation wholeheartedly supports the Overseas Filipino Workers Remittance Protection Act, seeking to safeguard the financial interests of OFWs by regulating remittance fees and enhancing transparency in foreign exchange transactions. Through this bill, disclosure requirements and consumer safeguards will be strictly imposed to covered BSP-supervised financial institutions. Additionally, this bill institutionalizes free and mandatory continuing financial protection and literacy education for OFWs and their families. Sa pamamagitan ng mga programang ito, masisigurado natin na mabibigyang proteksyon ang mga OFW mula sa iba't ibang financial scams at maiiwasan ang unsound financial decisions at mauwi sa wala ang kanilang mga pinaghirapan. Our family, through the Villar Foundation, has been a staunch advocate for the protection and upskilling of OFWs. We have been organizing an annual summit for OFWs and their families for more than a decade now. We hold roundtable discussions, panel talks, and forums to empower through entrepreneurship, financial management, and livelihood development. Through these activities, we envision a future where every kababayan and their loved ones would be tempered from uncertainties in national and global socio-economic and political landscape. Mr. President, I commend our good sponsor, Senator Joel Villanueva, for championing this bill for our fellow Filipinos. Saludo ako sa iyo, Senator Joel. It is only right and just that we institutionalize the protection of OFWs and the remittances, which have been keeping the gears of our national development agenda running. I look forward to the swift passage of this bill. Again, thank you to the gentleman from Bulacan, Senator Joel Villanueva, and thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, there are no other members who wish to co-sponsor the measure. I move that we suspend consideration to allow our colleagues to, oh, sorry, Senator Kiko would like to recognize. My apologies.
Senator Francis Pangilinan is recognized.
Yes, Mr. President, with the permission of the sponsor, we will just submit our co-sponsorship speech for this measure, and we laud the sponsor, Senator Joel Villanueva, for sponsoring this measure. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, so inserted.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. So with that, Mr. President, move to suspend consideration of the measure.
Any objection? Hearing none, consideration of the measure suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, we have guests of Erwin Tulfo, Senator Erwin Tulfo here. They are members of the Philippine Councilors League, led by the Vice President in Mindanao, who happens to be the son of our distinguished colleague and pambansang kamao, Manny Pacquiao, his namesake, Michael J. Pacquiao, together with Lucena Chapter President Benito Brizuela, are here with us today, Mr.
All
President.
right, we welcome them to the Senate.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. May I just ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President? Session.
Session suspended.
Mr. President, this is a measure that's up for second reading, but we paused after the period of amendments. We suspended to get a clean copy. May we recognize the sponsor, Mr. President, Senator Risa Ontiveros. This is on the bill on 1822, Senate Bill number 1822. May we consider this on the floor?
All right, the motion is to consider.
Yes.
Any objection? Hearing none, consideration is in order. And what is the parliamentary status?
We are in the period of, well, we closed the period of amendments, Mr. President. We're
Then
about
we
to
will
approve.
entertain a motion to reconsider the period of amendments.
Would there be an amendment? No need to make an amendment anymore, Mr. President. It's just a manifestation. So may
There
we
will be
recognize
no
our
longer
sponsor.
any amendment. All right, so.
I believe she wants to put it on record lang, Mr. President, through a
all right.
manifestation.
Senator Risa Ontiveros is recognized.
Salamat po, Mr. President at Good Majority Leader. Mr. President, before the second reading vote, with the kind advice of the Secretariat and with the kind approval of the Senate President, I manifest that the committee will retain Section 16 of Senate Bill 1822. Salamat po, Mr. President.
All right. What was the situation yesterday, just for the record?
For the record, Mr. President, I proposed an amendment to Section 16 on implementing rules and regulations. And then the good Senate President advised me that perhaps we need not include anymore a section on the IRRs, and I submitted. Following that, Mr. President, there was advice from the Secretariat, and